Welcome back to the Silent Report. Today, you're with your host, Finn Watson, and your co-host,
Finn Boyd.
And today we'll be talking about how sports have an effect on mental health. So what's up, Finn?
How's it going?
Pretty good. Mental health and sports. How's your mental health?
I feel like it's pretty good. I feel like during sports season, it obviously, depending on how I'm playing, it kind of takes some dips, but it's good.
Do you feel like when you were younger, like a lot of pressure was put on you because of sports?
Definitely. I feel
like kind of getting to places, like getting into a certain school, or I guess coming up, was there pressure on performing and stuff as a kid? How'd that affect you?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like once I decided that I wanted to play prep hockey, definitely put a lot of more pressure because coaches would come to watch, and you want to perform at your best because you never know if it's a one and done situation. And also with junior teams, colleges, all that stuff, it just builds up the pressure, and kind of depending on the person, maybe throws you off your game because maybe you're doing something that you typically don't do just to impress the coaches. But yeah, I feel growing up, not in an early age, I kind of just had the joy of playing just because I loved it. But as I got older, kind of the stress came with growing up. And yeah, what about you?
I feel like from a really young age, it was fun, and it was something I don't even really remember starting to play hockey or lacrosse. It was something that was fun. But at some point, definitely the whole pressure of how I look and how I'm perceived definitely started to come in a lot, and it was hard to navigate putting off all the other people's thoughts into how I'm actually doing. For instance, freshman year, just with lacrosse, how I'm playing stuff, making mistakes, going through adversity, and knowing that a mistake doesn't define you. I think that was really hard for me because I couldn't really get out of my own head, and I'd be really nervous to perform in front of people. A lot of times pressure would kind of crush me because I'd overthink too much, and over time I just got used to playing in front of people and growing my confidence. So, but I think for sure, definitely at a young age, especially with hockey too, the pressure of just performing from my parents, even my dad, was really at times super overwhelming. But I think all those expectations that I did have, I think were good for me. Do you feel your parents were hard on you as a kid?
Yeah, I feel my dad was really hard on me just because he wanted what's best for his kid. He grew up in Calgary, so and big into hockey. Played Division I hockey at Union, so he just wanted to see me put my best effort out there. And what about you?
Yeah, my dad was definitely pretty hard on me. Same thing, played lacrosse growing up, played hockey. I think all those fights and all that disagreements was just my dad pushing me and wanting me to do better than he did. But yeah, did you and your dad at times disagree a lot growing up? Times like that, how did you navigate that? Or I guess with the whole hockey thing, was he kind of all over you?
Sometimes he was all over me. We had our fair share of disagreements, but at the end of the day, he was just being hard on me because he wanted the best for me. So I feel he kind of took the edge in every argument we had.
Now, kind of maneuvering into mental health and within sports, like, do you see a lot of problems here with mental health in sports?
Yeah, I'd say like pro sports sees it a lot because you're kind of on your own, and I know like I was actually watching a documentary. It's called The Clubhouse with the Boston Red Sox, and they talked about just like how Jaron Duran, one of their young outfielders, had kind of a bad start to his career, and living in Boston, especially with like the Red Sox fans, they're kind of crazy. Just like the stress that it put on him, and he talked about how he didn't know if he wanted to play baseball anymore, and he actually came out and talked that he was depressed his entire rookie season and didn't know if he was going to come back and play for the Red Sox again. He was thinking of just hanging him up. And then he actually talked about how one time he was in his room with his AR with a bullet, and he pulled the trigger and it didn't go off, and he talked about like how it was like God telling him like that he can't leave this earth and he has to like continue playing baseball. And now he just won All-Star MVP last year, and he's on track to make the All-Star game again. So kind of comes to show like how like people are like resilient through mental health. You just need to like talk.
Yeah, I think that's so true. Like just talking, especially like men in sports, like don't talk at all. Like one of the toughest guys, like Dustin Poirier, I saw a story on him with like he has like a therapist who he goes and talks to like weekly. And because earlier in his career, he had a point where like he wanted to take his own life. He wanted to like jump off this building, and because just all of this chaos going inside his head of having to perform and not wanting to fail in front of his peers, like this constant kind of nagging thing that's telling you you're not good enough, when reality like you're knocking out people left, right, and center and making millions of dollars. Like the product always doesn't make you happy inside, and that's something that the viewers, the fans don't always see, and it's sad. Like it's not always greener. Like the grass always isn't greener on the other side. Like I thought another story is like Finner, one of my best buddies. I won't name names, but very good hockey player. Projected to go to the league. Some guy who's an amazing athlete, an amazing person, but like struggled a lot with mental health, and someone on the outside would never be able to know, the full circumstance of his mental health and his depression and what's going on inside his head. And it's sad because he wouldn't talk to anyone, when in reality he was suffering, but he was doing so well, doing so well in hockey. It's just a thing, like Finn said, like guys need to talk. They need to help each other, because without each other, we can't grow. And at the end of the day, we're all teammates, and guys need each other, and we need to talk more. And wrapping up today's podcast, your co-host,
Finn Boyd
and Finn Watson. Really enjoyed talking to you guys today about mental health and sports. I hope you guys enjoyed our talk, and we'll see you soon. Bye.